Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Star Wars: The Old Republic. In the last episode, we finished our exploration of Kos City and discovered that in order to enter the Great Hunt, we need to take care of 3 bounties that are spread around Droman Kos, starting with a Republic noble who was inadvertently put into slavery, and we are actually here at the unfinished Colossus, where a slave revolt has broken out. So we're going to have to traverse a lot of, rebellious slaves and probably other obstacles in order to grab him. But we have a new carbonite freezing ray, and speaking of new gear, you might notice that Bowdre's looking a little bit different. I took some time off camera and modded out the gear we originally bought from the cartel market, so he is looking pretty swanky in his awesome bounty hunter armor. But that's not all. I spent some cartel coins. And check out the weapon upgrades. Remember when I was telling you that I wanted Bowdre to be kind of like the gunfighter Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Well, now he can continue looking the part. We're going to get our revolver Ocelot on, guys. Look at those blasters. Retro and awesome. We got them modded up quite a bit too. And let's go ahead and finish through the unfinished Colossus and see what trouble we can steer up and find this noble. We have a quest right off the bat here. Lord Drow.
Exactly as reported. A Degree 6 revolt, population equivalent to the Duros uprising on Zilior. Subjects occupy a moderate radius of jungle. Good. Good. What have we here? A hunter? I have need of you. I am Lord Drow. When the Empire encounters resistance on its conquered worlds, they call me. I'm here to end the slave uprising on Droman Kos.
Uprising?
I wasn't aware there was a slave revolt going on.
Very soon there won't be. You can assist me in ending it. Situation is this.
He's got some complexion issues.
The Sith Lord was constructing a colossal statue of himself in the jungle. His slaves revolted and armed themselves. The Colossus remains unfinished, and well-armed slaves now control the jungle. An embarrassment for the Empire, but an opportunity for me.
Alright, what opportunity?
What can these renegade slaves possibly provide you?
Test subjects, of course. A means of perfecting my techniques. I'm testing a toxic weapon, a poison called quell. Its victims experience a prolonged state of agonizing pain before finally dying. The victims' allies are so horrified by quell's effects, they lose their wills to resist. At least that's what I intend to prove.
Well, you seem to be very good at this.
What a disturbing experiment. You're quite the sadist, Lord Drow.
Please, there's no need for flattery. I need someone to introduce a controlled amount of quell into the slave's water supply, so that I can determine the proper dosage. Work is dangerous, there will be armed slaves everywhere, but your success will be well rewarded. What do you say?
I say we have a contract, and I'm ready to work.
A job is a job. Just tell me what to do.
A true professional. I respect that. My assistant, Sergeant Slerin, will recommend the correct dosage of quell and give you a supply. See him at the research tent.
Okay. Lord Drow. Actually, the name he has for that poison quell would be an awesome Darth title. Like Darth Quell or Lord Quell. Okay, well, actually, his proper title should probably be Lord Mangala. Here's Sergeant Slerin. Let's get the poison from him.
If I know Lord Drow's tastes, which unfortunately I do, he sent you for the quell toxin.
What do you mean by that?
Are you implying something, Sergeant?
My superior appreciates a particular sort of talent, that's all. What if I told you this experiment is pointless? That past studies have shown increased suffering has no impact on the speed of surrender. This has nothing to do with accelerating the end of a rebellion. Lord Drow simply takes perverse thrill in gratuitous suffering.
Well, does he know how you feel about that, Sergeant?
I'm sure Lord Drow wouldn't appreciate these comments.
Don't get me wrong, Lord Drow is very good at what he does, but he lets his personal bents impede our efficiency. I want this assignment over with. The faster this rebellion ends, the faster I'll be reassigned to more important work. Serving Lord Drow's bloodlust has stunted my career. If not for his inefficiency, I'd be a captain by now.
So what's your point?
What does this have to do with the job at hand?
Everything, if you're willing to help me. Lord Drow's dosage of quell toxin will have slaves writhing in agony for pointless weeks, during which this area will remain volatile. I've prepared a dose that will kill the slaves efficiently, which is better for the Empire and for me. Will you deliver my dosage instead?
No, because that wasn't the original contract. I have to give the quell for Lord Drow so he can see what happens. So, slaves gotta suffer, man.
I want these renegade slaves to pay for disobeying the Empire.
You're not merely prolonging the slaves' agony, but my own as well. Committed to your work, aren't you? Very well. Take the quell toxin and inject it into the slave camp's water filtration systems. See Lord Drow for your payment when you're done.
Sorry, Sergeant, but as Lord Drow said, I'm a professional. Okay, so there's one of the water tanks we have to destroy. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, those blasters sound awesome. And I guess we're probably going to need to take out some of these slaves, so let's do it. Man, those guns sound beastly. I think we made a good purchase, guys. Okay, we need to kill 30 slaves, too. Here's water filter alpha. And I guess we'll just continue poisoning the well. Ooh. Cool. Here's a Desh junk pile. Mako? Excellent. Oh, that is a lot. We get to try out our sweeping blasters. Hi, guys. Holy crap.
You're gonna get it now.
Alright, I like sweeping blasters. It's a keeper. That was awesome. So while we're going ahead and doing this, taking care of slaves and poisoning wells, I want to talk to you guys about a little experience I've been having. I have... Well, let's try this out from far away. Wow. Awesome. Let's do a power shot. Mako can take care of that other one. There you go. Good Mako. So I really like to do tabletop role-playing. Not necessarily D&D. D&D doesn't really appeal to my interests. But I like to do VTM, you know, Vampire the Masquerade, obviously. And the other one that I really like to do, I love Star Wars RPGs. Specifically role-playing, or storytelling them. Or dungeon mastering them, or, you know, whatever you like to call it. But I've played all the systems. Except I don't know. I didn't do the Wizards of the Coast, the Star Wars D&D one. I didn't really dig that one. I really don't like the games where you are set as a class, because you know in the real world you aren't designated as a class. You have the potential to do anything if you put your mind to it. But in those kind of games you're a bit limited. My favorite was the West End Games Star Wars RPG. If you can ever find any of those books online or on Amazon or anything like that, I strongly suggest if you're into tabletop role-playing and like Star Wars, to go ahead and give that one a look, because it is very fun, incredibly simple to learn, and they came out with so many editions of it that you will be doing campaigns forever if you have a good imagination about it. But recently, me and some of my friends play-tested Edge of the Empire, which is the Star Wars RPG that was created by Fantasy Flight Game Studio, who do a bunch of really amazing board games. So we figured, let's go ahead and give it a shot. It's an interesting system as it uses its own system of dice, and it has this kind of cool storytelling dice system where the dice basically can change the course of the story, and it's pretty cool. But the more we played it, it has talent trees and classes like the D&D where you're just kind of doing your whatever class you are, and that's, I mean, you can multi-class, of course, but what you do in the galaxy is pretty much limited to those classes. If you like that sort of thing, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just not my cup of tea. If you like that kind of stuff with the class systems, and if you like really by the way, the books and whatnot are absolutely gorgeous. Give Edge of the Empire a look. I know they came out with another basically expansion to the game, which is about the rebels. Edge of the Empire is about all the underworld stuff going on during the Galactic Civil War. But I'd suggest you guys give it a look-see. Not my cup of tea, but if you like Star Wars and like class-based tabletops, you can't get much better. The dice system is very hard to get used to, but once you do get used to it, very simple to do. And gives a lot of opportunities for the storyteller, you know, dungeon master, whatever. A lot of opportunities for them to play around with the story and throw in stuff that you may not normally throw into a game. So there you go. Little end of tangent. Me and my friends were talking about that last night, and I figured I'd go ahead and share it here. And you can check out Fantasy Flight Game Studios to order it, and I think it's also available on Amazon, all the expansions and the core. Thank you, Mako. Let's see, we've got... Okay, we just have to contaminate the second water filter, and we're shiny. Which I believe is... Let's check the map. Oh, okay, it's on our way to the other area. Excellent. I like it when it's efficient like that. I assume it's over here at this area. And we got... Let's do death from above. We haven't done that in a while. Oh, that's a flamethrower. Whoops. There we go. And this guy's an AoE machine. And here's the last one. While the rebel slave sentry completely fails at his job. Return to Lord Drow. I guess we can go ahead and do that. First off, let's deal with you guys. Get some more items. By the way, I decided I'm going to do a predominant amount of my crafting off camera because you don't really watch anything Star Wars based to watch someone craft. You know, Star Wars is about sweeping storylines and blasters and lightsabers and the Force and all that good stuff. And bounty hunters. So we're just going to go ahead and leave the crafting off camera so you guys can enjoy it, you know, the way it was kind of intended. Now we'll head back to Lord Droll since it was just a hop, skip, and a jump, and then we'll head to the rest of the Colossus, which I assume is over here, if I recall. Mako, go ahead and grab that for me. Thank you, ma'am. Our scavenging is now at 19. And Lord Droll will be apparently very happy.
You delivered the exact results I hoped for. Quell is like an imbibed torture device infesting those rebel slaves. It's exhilarating to see the effects on the survivors who can only stand by and watch helplessly.
Yeah, that's nice, sir. I'm ready for a reward.
We just have to settle up and we're done.
I promised you'd be compensated well, and I stand by my promises. Quell toxin will be a great asset to the Empire. Uprisings will end painfully and decisively. You've earned your reward, my friend. Now go. I have horror and despair to observe and chronicle.
Reminds me a lot of Grand Moff Tarkin. Just that, you know, rule by fear. If we create something so horrible, you're not going to have any rebellions because people are going to be so terrified of what you're going to do, it'll completely take away their fighting spirit. Didn't really work the way Tarkin wanted it to, though. So I'm pretty sure that Quell will have the exact same result and just make, you know, sow more seeds of rebellion. Which I'm sure a lot of the Sith will be happy with, because that just gives us more opportunity to fight. Or gives them more opportunity to fight. And I'm okay with it for Bowdre, because that just means there'll be more contracts to Shoot things. Okay, are you... Okay, you guys are following Mako and she's on passive. My bad. Missiles for good measure. You go away.
Just had to put my mind to it.
Thank you, Mako. And now, I guess the Colossus is over here. And we're a little over halfway to level 14. Getting so close to speeders we can taste it. Alright, there's the construction site. You can see the Colossus's body over here. Now. Let's... Oh, look at him. Generic Sith Lord #1. With a hood and holding a holocron. I wonder which Sith Lord it is. We have 2 quest lines here. So it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of quests on our way to the capture the noble. Ensign Corian.
Look at them out there. They're like animals. Hundreds of slaves with no one to command them and without a thought in their minds as to what to do with their freedom. Like I said, the slaves are animals. But we've noticed strange behavior in the pack. And my superiors want to know more. Some of the slaves are killing each other. We don't know if they're mad or hungry, desperate, or if there's a faction of slaves who've turned on the rest.
Well, what do you think?
You've been observing them. Give me your best guess.
I don't really know. Who can fathom the mind of a slave? We know that the killings are ritualistic. The murderous slaves come in the night, stab their foes, and paint themselves in blood.
Ooh.
If you could investigate, catch them in the act and take them down, maybe you could find a clue to their motives.
I get the strangest jobs. No, that's not very professional. Very well.
I'll check back in when I got something.
Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
Interesting. Okay, search slave cultist for clues. I can do that. And let's move over to Volcola.
Ah, a bounty hunter. Perfect. Seeing as how you're already killing slaves and causing a fuss, how'd you like to make a pile of credits?
I do like to get paid.
Nothing beats a stack of credits.
That's what I like to hear. Let me give you the lowdown. So Darth Vowron is on the Dark Council, and his apprentice, Lord Ket, wants to advance, so he starts building a giant statue to his master.
Okay,
But Lord
Darth
Ket doesn't
Vowron.
want his master to know, so he brings in slaves from off-world. Slaves rebel, and we get this mess.
You know, his master could probably just fly across the planet and see the stupid Colossus. This is a bad plan. Well, where do I come in?
I assume you weren't hired to tell the tourists the fascinating tale of the slave rebellion.
Here's where it gets complicated. Lord Ket wants to save face, but secretly. He calls in me and my mercs. By the time we get here, the slaves have captured some giant industrial drills, and they're getting ready to bring down the whole giant statue. Our best team goes in with explosives to blow up the drills. Slaves kill every last one. Got a pile of credits for anyone who grabs those explosives, hooks them to a giant drill, then fights off slaves until the explosives detonate.
That's quite the job. Recover the explosives. Okay, it's a heroic 2, saving face. Well, oh, we got a text. Do you want to do the heroic? Sure, I can do that. Go ahead and get it out of the way since someone asked us. Invite again, sorry. Alright, who is... 16 Sith Juggernaut. Arcanathus. Or Arcanthus.
Did you look at the size of that statue? There must have been an army of slaves building it. No wonder the Imperials haven't stamped out the rebellion yet.
Huh. Okay, so... the drill is down that way. And I guess we are taking the path of least resistance. However, I find a sudden stop on the floor to be very resistant. I'm just following you, boss. Woo! Never mind. I guess you're following me. Okay, there's a slave gunner. So this will be interesting. We gotta... let's do this. I'll take out the ads. Actually, let's go ahead and heal up Archimiths. Because that's kind of what I do with the rapid scanning. And I'm about to die. Ow. We got one poor... Oh, wow, we had a lot of guys here, actually. Mako, a heal would not go amiss. Alright, let's recharge. There's a lot more people than I expected it to be. Alright, we get the explosives from this body, apparently. Okay. Let's go ahead and get them. Plant the explosives on the drill. Now, during these heroic areas, it's best to hug walls, just because there are certain fights we don't want to get into. And I guess we're going to fight these guys. Okay, death from above. We'll do our sweeping blasters. Flamethrower for good measure. There we go. Now we're doing what needs done. Much more efficient. Now we're heading this way. Let's stay on the road here. Mako, can you scan that for me? And please not pull anything? Cool. Now, any mobs or anything that we need to deal with? I guess not. Let's go ahead and buff everyone up. I don't think I'm... Oh, hello. Hi, guys. How you doing? Let's do that again. Our friend is the AoE attacks. Okay, we have to make sure we do not actually hit anything that is not part of these spawn mobs. Otherwise, we are going to be in a lot of trouble very quickly. And I have seen a lot of groups in this game have that happen to them. Let's vent some heat. Okay, Rebel Slave Taskmaster. This is the boss. Let's get our railgun. Whoa, knockback. Knocked me almost right into the garbage disposal. Did we pull? Okay, he needs to pull him back some because of those guys right up here. We need to be very careful. Okay. Our contaminate knows his business. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, boss. Okay, here's a railgun. There you go, Mako. Talk trash during a fight. Get him off balance. Let's just run up and uppercut because we can. That makes me happy. Okay, you need to get in the... There we go. And some missiles. Got it. Good stuff. Oh, we pulled ads. It's death from above. Oh, so blaster shots go wild. Awesome. Well, that takes care of that. Now, where's the elevator to get out of here? Oh, right there. That's convenient. So, should we make a dash for the elevator there, my Sith friend? I guess we are going to hug the wall here. Ah, good thinking. He knows his business, this guy. Alright, holster my pistols. Oh, he glitched out. That's no problem. No worries at all. And I don't think we have to come back here, if I recall correctly. This was the only group quest. Was just taking care of that drill. And... oh, we got slaves. A flamethrower for good measure. Now, okay, we're on the other side here. We're gonna have to just cross this bridge. Rebel slave cultists. Oh, we can get the quest item. Slave cultist datapad. Activate the beacon at the cultist meeting point. Alright. Looks good, guys. Let's go ahead and... oh. I keep on not knowing what is a NPC, friendly NPC, and what is a enemy. No worries, though. Okay, here's the friendlies. Oh yeah, no problem. Arcanthus.
That was a fantastic show. That drill just lit up the night. Here's the credits, as promised.
I like the mercenaries who know that, you know, what all that's about. We got a shield generator and a pistol that we can take the mods out of and put into one of ours. Awesome. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We took care of a group quest that I didn't expect to take care of, and then we'll go deeper into this construction site and find out what's going on with the cultists and to see if we can find our noble. I hope you liked the episode. If you did, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. That'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.